Welcome to the Fantasy Cycling Podcast, featuring your hosts, Grant Gardner and John Anderson. Chapeau, you're in the mix.
You are listening to the second part of the Tour de France preview episodes 2026 of the Fantasy Cycling Podcast. I am John. I'm with my friend Grant. What up, Grant?
What's up? It's the big tour. We had 2 podcasts in 1 week.
Dude, we went such a drought, and now we're just firing in all cylinders again. The juices are flowing.
Yep.
Summer of sports is upon us. We've got the World Cup. We've got Wimbledon.
Yeah.
And we've got the Tour de France starting on Saturday. Couldn't be happier.
You saw the World Cup in person.
Lads. Actually, I did see England play yesterday in Atlanta.
Wow.
And let me tell you a little bit about how it went down. So first of all, for the listeners who are just tuning in for the first time, I am originally from London, England, and immigrated to the States when I was a wee lad. I was like 15, 16. So I'm American now.
Yeah.
But I've always dreamed of seeing a World Cup, England play in the World Cup. And I was on a bike ride yesterday, Grant. At about 7:30 a.m., I get a call from my wife. I keep my phone on silent while I ride. Mm-hmm. So no one else can really get through to me except for people on my favorites list, which is pretty much my wife. And I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? And I answer the phone and she says, hey, you need to come back to the house. You need to turn around right now. I know my heart kind of sunk for a second. And she's like, it's okay. Because, I didn't know if I was getting something happened, there was an emergency or something. Yeah. She said, you've got a ticket to see England in Atlanta. You need to come home right now and get to Atlanta as fast as you can. So I turned around and I said a bunch of PRs.
There you go.
Heart rate PRs. My power was crap, but my heart was through the roof.
Yeah.
Rode home as fast as I could. Me and my buddy Johnny, we were in Atlanta, and I was from bike to Atlanta in 2.5 hours.
That's impressive.
Parked at the what's the name of the MARTA station.
Oh yeah.
Little hack for you if you're coming from our neck of the woods. We parked at the.
You took the train in.
Yeah, took the train in, so didn't have to worry about parking. Dumped us right at the stadium. Walked into our seats. First of all, we beat our friends who live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
To the seats.
It's easier to get to Atlanta than navigate Atlanta.
It was easy for us to get there than for them. And landed in our seats just as they were singing the national anthem for England.
Perfect.
Great game. Pints of Stella were bountiful.
Even better with a win.
The atmosphere was incredible. And it was truly like a dream come true for me. So anyway, that's enough on the World Cup. But thank you for asking. We're here to talk about Tour de France.
Yes. It starts Saturday. We went through all the details in our last pod. So give that a listen for talk about the route and the other kind of dynamics leading into the race. But we're going to get straight into the Cycling Fantasy app, which is our preferred fantasy game that we play. We'll also talk about Velogames. And we're just going to go through real quick the point categories on Cycling Fantasy, who we like, and then we'll reveal our teams.
The big reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just start with the big dog, the heavy hitters. You want to just start at the top?
Yeah. I mean, of course, Tadej Pogačar is 1,200 credits. 1,200 is the highest number, the highest price that a rider can be in the game. He is joined by Jonas, Remco, Isaac Del Toro, Florian Lipovitz, Juan Ayuso, Mads Pedersen. I would say that pricing is kind of odd.
It feels weird that there's only one sprinter in there.
Yeah.
And it's Mads. Lipovitz feels expensive.
Lipovitz feels expensive. I would say Ayuso feels very expensive.
Ayuso has only scored in this current season. He's only scored 203 fantasy points on the season. Mads Pedersen, Grant, your boy, has only scored 61. I know he's had the injury.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I mean, Ayuso
that's a big price tag for a lad who's only brought home 61 points on the season in the app.
Yeah. Ayuso won Volta Algarve, and he was on the podium at the race formerly known as the Dauphiné. So that gave him a lot of points leading into this, but I would still say if you're saying that they're an equivalent price, I would say he's not equivalent price to Jonas or Pogačar.
Yeah.
But
only two of those guys qualified for the youth jersey, Del Toro and Ayuso.
Yeah, I would say there are a pretty low number of high-priced, experienced youth riders.
Yeah.
We've had that
I guess checks out.
Yeah, that long period of where Pogačar was in the youth category. So you had the benefit of getting points for youth and the regular GC.
You know, I immediately put shade on Lipovitz's name, but I mean, he did come third last year. I don't know, but he just doesn't see, you know, he's not like,
he's not the same.
When you read off the rest of those names, I mean, and for somebody who's going to be on a team with Remco, who's going to be the priority. I don't know.
Like, he's really good, but I would say he's 1,000.
Yeah, it feels better. That would feel better.
Yeah, it feels more appropriate for him. But
everybody else, honestly, Del Toro might even, I would say 1,000.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And Pedersen.
Yeah, especially given Pedersen's form. But
I don't know. I mean, you're going to be able to take probably two of these.
Yeah.
At most three, depending on your strategy. You know, Jonas is the person with the most fantasy points on the year so far. He's gotten 708. Is that what that number means? Am I reading this right? Yeah. So he's edit that out, Grant. Yeah, I mean, he's gotten 700 points.
Depends
so far.
on what period. Are you looking?
Yeah, current season.
Yeah.
So, Jonas is a safe bet if you're going to spend that kind of money. Of course, Pog is a safe bet. Previous winner of the last two tours. They're all Remco. You know, I would say he's a pretty safe bet. I don't know if I want to spend 1,200 credits on a Del Toro when he's obviously going to be subservient to Pog. Where that's going to pay off for somebody is if Pog crashes or something like that.
Yeah.
DNFs. But and there's plenty of other good sprinters out there without the question mark next to their name after the injury that Mads has.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's go to 1,000. So I think there are a couple of riders in this category that are very interesting. One of them being Kevin Vauquelin. He still is in the youth category. He's a good time trialist. He's a good GC rider. Last year, he scored 343 points at the Tour and finished 7th on GC. Despite their level and their experience, I would not take Matthew Van der Poel or Matteo Jorgensen.
Was last year, Van der Poel was only 800, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Van der Poel has definitely won Tour stages. He's a great rider, but we've also seen him just be a lead out for Philipsen, and you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Pidcock, same deal. I mean, he wins Tour stages, but is he going to be worth 1,000 credits?
Did not ride the Tour last year, of course, because of the change in teams, and DNF'd in 2024. Big points back in 2022. That was the year when he won. What climb did he win on? Was it Alpe d'Huez?
Alpe d'Huez, yeah. I would say Jorgensen scores a lot of points for his role in the team. Like he's not the leader, but he still scores like 200 fantasy points. But it's not.
It's almost like he's playing. Do you think he plays?
It's not.
He's got his own team out there.
Yeah.
He's got himself on his team.
But it's not enough return on investment for 1,000 credits. So I wouldn't pick him either. I think probably the best rider in this category to pick would be Phillipsen. If you're gonna pick a sprinter, he's one of the best sprinters in the world. He does well at the Tour.
Yeah, pretty sure thing.
Yeah.
Although but he crashed last year early on, the first week or something like that.
He did, yeah.
But
I mean, in the past, he's won the
got
Green
3
Jersey.
stages in 2024, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Won the green jersey for sure.
Yeah. And then Girmay and Carapaz are also in that category, but
I wouldn't stay
they're
away
a little
from Girmay.
overpriced. Yeah.
I would stay away from Girmay just because it just doesn't seem to be working for him this year.
Yeah.
And Carapaz, I could see him snagging a stage.
I could also see him winning something like the KOM jersey.
Yeah. If you like him for KOM, you might want to bet on him. He's on a team in EF that's going to want to grab some PR equity out of the event.
Yeah.
And find ways to get results. Could see them going all in for KOM if he finds himself in the hunt. Did you already talk about Skelly?
No, I mean, he's definitely a great GC rider. He's going to have the competition within the team with Juan Ayuso. But we've also seen him falter over 3 weeks before. So,
okay. Much more people in the 800 category.
yes. And I would say there is somebody that is a must take in this category in Paul Sextus.
Yep. Talked about that last time we spoke and recorded.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's 1,000 credit rider based off his form.
He's going to want to win. He's going to want to finish as high up on GC as possible. He's going to want something out of this. If that's not looking good, if he has a really bad day and he loses a bunch of time, he's going to go for a stage.
Yeah. But if he's there on GC,
he's going to want the youth jersey was what I wanted to finish, making my points. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you look at his overall yellow jersey competitors, Jonas, Pogačar, Remco, they've all aged out.
Yep.
So if he finishes 4th, 5th, maybe even 6th on GC, he could still easily win the youth jersey. So,
I want to point out something we didn't spend too much time talking about when we went through the parkour, but there is that block of, and I think this is really cool, but there's a block of like 3 stages before we get to after the team time trial and before we get to the first real sprint, like a traditional sprint. I mean, these are like classic lumpy breakaway knife fight days. Going to be very tactically interesting. Where we've seen your Romain Gregoire really make hay this year.
Yeah,
on stages like that, you've seen. I mean, we know the quality that a Ben Healy is on a day like that. Yep. The quality that now I think Derek G is going to be riding for GC. But a Taberi who might also ride for GC. But I think out of that 800 credit riders, Dorian Godon, Romain Gregoire, and Ben Healy are attractive takes if you want to get a premium dude for these type stages. And there's going to be a number of them, especially in that first week. And they're going to be fun. They're going to be really fun stages to watch.
Yep.
So I would circle those names if you're looking to fill that. I think Allensman is a sneaky sort of dark horse guy, but may not pan out, but he can time trial. So you might want to circle his name. And Taberi, he does qualify for the youth category. He's I guess he's going to ride for GC. Is that what they're going to do with him? But he's never ridden the Tour before. Derek G's got some experience on the Tour, right?
Yeah, and Derek G was 5th at the Giro this year. So
yeah, he looked strong. Yeah. Michael Stora at 800, Grant, he might go for KOM maybe.
Yeah, he's definitely flirted with KOM jersey before, either at the Vuelta or the Tour or the Giro. So I think
anyone I'm missing.
I mean, we love Dorian Godone, but I think he's too expensive. For what you're going to get for him at the Tour.
I don't know. I mean, is he going to mix it up in those classic style stages that you see in the first week?
Yeah, I mean, I think he could win a stage, but
yeah,
there's a little too much risk there, maybe for 800 credits. I would love to find a place for Tobias Johannesson on my team. He's had a great season. He was 5th at the Dauphiné, 9th at Liège, 3rd at Azulia, 4th at Tirreno Adriatico, and last year he was 6th at the Tour. So for 800 credits, that's pretty good value.
What about? Are we officially putting to bed the Igor and Bonal, the Arley? Are we saying goodbye to our friend Arley? He's too high.
Yeah, and
if he was 600 or 400, I might be
tempted. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I hope he has a good race, but from a fantasy perspective, I'm not confident in 800 credits for him.
Yeah,
I
agree.
He's also got other priorities on his team with Kevin and Aaronsman.
And he didn't look great in was it the formerly known as the Dauphiné that he was in?
No, he didn't do the Dauphiné, but he did the Giro.
That's it. Sorry, my bad.
And
he didn't look great there, though, did he?
I mean, he still finished 10th on GC, but he had some bad days.
And
he's
a former Tour de France winner, though.
Yes. So he hasn't raced a lot this season, but he's had a couple of good results. But he's also had some pretty concerning looks on climbs where he's at the back, and you're like, yeah. All right, let's move on to 600. So we're getting into value territory potentially. I like
also a lot of like expensive domestiques that are going to be.
Yeah, this would be the expensive domestique category. I mean, Pipagana, I don't think he's like a guaranteed time trial win anymore like he used to be. He's still good, but like, what if Remco wins? What if Pogacar wins?
Yeah.
I like Vacek.
He's a good time trialist as well.
And Richitello.
But Richitello I like, but I think he's going to be locked in to help Paul.
Yep. Probably one of the most interesting folks in this category is Mauro Schmid. He rides for Jayco, so he's going to have more of an open role.
He's had a good little season. I mean, he got 8th in the mountain ranking on Tour de Suisse. It's not, I mean, nothing really to write home about when it comes to GC. Got 11th in Liège and got 2nd at Amstel. So
everybody's been talking about Paul Sextus for the next great French hope, right?
Yeah.
Someone else to consider, Alex Baudon. Rides for EF. Not as high profile as a team as maybe some of the other big GC contenders, but he won the first stage at Tour of Rhône-Alpes, the Dauphiné, and he had a good classics campaign. Looked good at Azulia and Paris-Nice. So I think he could have a Ben Healy type moment where he wears the yellow jersey for a few days, and I think France would go crazy. So
yeah, you're snapping up all my talking points, Grant. So I'm gonna speak about, you can find some journeymen here. A couple of Frenchmen that have ridden a lot of Tour de France's. Of course, you've got Jala.
Yeah.
At 600, is he going to be on any of my teams? No. But, I mean, he's got a ton of experience. You got Turgi, a beloved rider, has had some great Tour de France's. He won a stage in 2024. A ton of experience. So you can find guys like that if you want to kind of anchor your team with like a guy on the older side. You know, you got your Pascal Ackermans. These are not people that I'm taking.
But they're names that I'm going to say.
But they're names that I'm going to say, and they're on there.
Yeah.
Petey Pablo is out there. He's still classified for youth.
Yep.
And could be electric when he's on one. So you could roll a dice and spend 600 credits. I don't think you want to spend 600 credits on a guy that's going to be lightning in the bottle like he was.
Yeah.
So, gosh, I don't know. Not a great, as we work through these point categories, I mean, some of these there's not a ton of people on the list where I'm like feeling really confident to take. All your confidence is up at that 1,200 credit range.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's how it works, I guess.
But I think when we get to 400, there's a few names.
Is this where you can go? You can go diving? Because I don't like the 200 credit. Layer on this race either. To be honest,
the bottom of the bargain bin's a little.
I think as I've gone through this exercise the first time and doing it again with you right now, I think this is a tour to go top heavy.
Is the 400 the new 200 is what I'm saying. So
okay.
I don't want to steal your thunder here, but
just steal it. You stole her.
There's a couple of Soudal Quickstep guys here that are basically the co-leaders for Soudal Quickstep on GC.
These are all my ideas, by the way. I want you guys, everybody, to know that these are all.
Elin Van Wilder and Valentin Parapantra. Mikel Landa's not going to be here,
which is a development since we last spoke.
Yeah.
Did he release a statement or anything about?
I don't know. I'm worried.
Sweet Mikel.
Yeah. Lindissimo.
Okay. Add him to your prayer lists. Lindissimo.
But these guys are both really good riders. Parapantra's won a tour stage before. Van Wilder's a good time trialist. And I think it's pretty rare to be able to take two team leaders at a 400 credit category. It's hard.
Very rare.
Yeah.
At that cost, you basically get two team leaders for 800 credits.
Yeah.
Just people that I think are just absolute dogs. Quinn Simmons.
Yeah.
Dog.
Just won the U.S. National Championships.
Joshua Tarlin. Dog.
So that's interesting. Could Tarling...
First Tour de France for my lad.
Could he take the youth jersey on stage one?
He might. I mean, dude, Ineos is going to have a pretty sick... I know Bora is going to have a sick team for this team time trial, and you were sharing with me before we hit record that Remco's all but said to the media, like, yeah, we're going for this.
Yeah.
But Ineos has got a great team for this team time trial. You see Remco unveiled that new bike too, that new time trial bike.
And they had like the weird pattern on it, so
that you see on the cars.
You couldn't like take a picture of it.
You ever seen one of those cars on the road where they go?
It's like invisible.
Yeah. Maxime Van Gil, dog, but he's gonna be helping Remco. Tarlin's gonna be helper. Fred Wright, could he get a sprint?
He could.
He's a dog.
Just won the British Nats.
These are like the hipster. These are where all the hipster picks are, guys. Yeah, I agree with you though. I think the most enticing thing you notice when you look at this price point is the opportunity to take. Hey, Luke Plapp. I'm going to go ahead and put the dog stamp on him too.
Yeah.
Time trials, climbs, loves to heat.
Yeah.
We have no idea if he does, but he's
assume.
Australian.
Yeah. I think he's from Perth. I might have made that up.
It's hot there, I think.
Yeah. Michael Matthews is also in this category. And Matthews has won a Tour de France stage before. He's finished.
He's going to know everywhere where he's going to know all of Pog's strategies.
Yeah, they're bros. So in the tour stage that he won recently was pretty climby. I think he's pretty good at those raid stages. So yeah, that's pretty good value for such a class rider at 400 credits.
Hey, rewind real quick. Perth is one of Australia's hottest major cities. But it's a dry Mediterranean climate.
He's not from Perth. He's from Melbourne.
Melbourne's
a little more temperate, I think.
Melbourne's pretty. I've always wanted to go there. Well, the record high in Melbourne, Australia is 115 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 46 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
For our friends in Portugal that listen.
And that's off season too. So
yeah,
when he's training in the winter, he's back home for Australian Nats. Like, yeah, he's in that 100-degree heat.
Compared with where you live, summer in Melbourne is significantly cooler and much less humid.
Well, we know that.
I'm not surprised by that. All right. So, did we talk about where we talked about? Yeah. What about Ina Rubio for KOM? Our Colombian brother.
Yeah, he's solid.
Got 34 points last year. It was his first Tour de France. I don't really know who else to shout out.
Let's move on to 200 then.
Okay.
You've got somebody you like on EF at 200.
Do I? Go ahead. I'm not ready. Oh yeah, I do like yeah.
Steinhauser.
Yeah, I do like Steinhauser.
Tell us about Steinhauser.
Grant showed up at my house today talking about his picks, and I told him 2 days ago I like Steinhauser for this race, but it's his first tour. Dude, he can climb. He's going to be free. He's going to qualify for the youth category, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a great climber. He's gonna be hungry. He got third in Paris-Nice, I think, this year. So yeah, he's a baller, dude. He's legit. I think he's gonna be a great pick, especially at the 200 credit price point.
Yeah.
Another guy I like is Baptiste Vestroffa.
Yeah, he had a great season.
He's got those specs on him, like
Rodriguez for the kicker. And
who's the guy that Godot that used to always Dorian?
No, not Dorian. David Godot.
Yeah. I like him. Who else do I like? I don't know. Who do you like? Jenno Berkmos.
Yeah.
From Belgium on Lotto. I like him.
So
and Mathis Lebert to maybe get a sneaky maybe qualify a little higher in the youth category, maybe get a stage. He only got 1 point last year though. And that's really all I've got for the 200ers. It's crazy that Matt Mohoric is only 200 credits.
Yeah, that caught my eye. I mean, he's had a couple of tours where, he's won a couple of stages. He usually wins the hardest, the longest stage. He hasn't been great lately, but if he comes to play,
he could be great. I got one more.
Okay.
Arts Hubarts. A great time trialist.
Yeah.
Also qualifies for the youth category. I don't know what his results of. I don't think he's had anything too crazy. I think he may have done like a top 10 on Dwars door Vlaanderen. And he's been racing a bit. So he might be a good little sneaky 200 credit pickup.
So you did not mention, I think, one of the best riders in this category, Emil Verstringa for Alpecin Premier Tech. He finished 5th at Amstel Gold Race and 4th at Liège-Bastogne-Liège, and top 10 on a stage at Tour de Suisse in the last couple weeks. He's had a really good season, good climber. I could see him on a breakaway stage and getting a sneaky Tour stage win, maybe. I think there's plenty of veterans in this category that you could turn to if you want to go with maybe a little more secure pick of this guy has done well before.
Yeah.
Jan Tratnik.
Yeah.
Steps out. Dylan Van Barl. And then, there's plenty of young and unproven talent that you could turn to that could have one of their breakout moments at the Tour. You never know.
Yeah. And it's also a way that you can win, beat your mates.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big category for making a difference on your fantasy team is finding some hidden gems. So
a lot of luck, though, sometimes in that category, unfortunately.
Yep.
Or at least it is for me.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to win the Tour. You're not going to win the fantasy game by picking Tadej Pogačar, but you lose him by not taking him.
Yeah.
But you're going to win based off of these lower
a little bit of luck and some educated picks down there in that 400, 200 category.
Well, give us the big reveal.
All right. You want me to go first? I got two teams I've picked, and I want you to tell me which one I should do.
Okay.
So, and this is legitimately, so I'm gonna go with my first draft, which was like pretty early on. I took Pog Jonas and Paul Sextus.
Yep.
I think I've done the two-pronged approach. I'm pretty much going to do that on both of these teams.
Yep.
Those three remain on both. And then I'm going to take two sprinters.
Ooh.
Philipsen and Merlier. And then I'm going to take Valentin Padipantra for reasons that we mentioned in the last podcast. I think, and you've spoken again about today, I think he is going to be unshackled, ready to do some things, potentially in KOM jersey or some stage wins. He can climb. He's French. He's had a good season so far.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I've got the Arts fellow that we talked about, the Vostroffa fellow that we talked about, and Steinhauser. Okay, so that's my two sprinter, 3 GC picks. The other team is a little bit more balanced. I've dropped Philipsen, and I've got Merlier still on there. Padipantra and Steinhauser are still on there. Of course, the 3 GC dudes. And then I've got Gregoire and Van Wilder.
Could be interesting.
Which one of those two, and Vestroffa, which one of those two teams do you think? So obviously it could be a big bust to take. Philipsen could crash out.
Yeah, I like the team with only one
Merlier
sprinter.
could crash out. And then I've wasted all those points.
Yeah.
All those credits, on one of those two guys. Or they could be if it worked out, they could be in a head-to-head duel for about 6 or 7 classic sprint stages where they're both finishing in the podium on those stages, and I rack up a bunch of points.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking 3 GC guys, but I think your point remains is that Pog is going to win some of these punchy days, probably. Just knowing Pog.
Yeah, I think
non-mountain days.
He's gonna want to contest some of those days. So that could hurt the double sprinter strategy.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the single sprinter strategy.
Yeah, I think I like that team better, and then you also have a little more depth in your climbers, with being able to take Gregoire. So,
yeah, I like Gregoire for this. He's had a great season. Who you got?
All right. So
Did you pick 2 teams or just one?
I had an original team that had Tobias Johansson on it, with the current makeup that I have right now, and I just had too many 200 credit riders, and I wasn't super happy with who I had on there. This one's a little more balanced, so same big 3 that you took: Pogačar, Vingegaard, and Sextus, but I'm not taking any sprinters.
Wow.
And I'm going to take Remco. So my strategy there is that Remco wins stage 1 with Red Bull, holds the yellow jersey for several days, and then also wins the individual time trial.
Yeah. Okay. And then finishes in the top 5.
Yeah. And I think it would be stupid not to take.
At least, at minimum.
Yeah. Even if he finishes in the top 10 after doing all that.
Bunch of points.
Stupid not to take Tadej or Jonas. And I think Paul is a lock as well, too.
One of these guys is going to have a tumble.
Yeah, I mean, something's going to happen.
Something's going to happen. There's 4 or 5 GC favorites. I mean, somebody's going to have a snag.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
I like it.
Farther down, I've got Quinn Simmons. I think he could have a Mohoric-like tour where he wins 2 or 3 really hard stages. He's able to get in the breakaway. No one's worried about him on GC.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good sprinter. I like him for that. Then I'm taking the double Soudal quick step leader approach with Parapontra and Van Wilder. And then the 2 young GC guys that we mentioned in Verstringa and Steinhauser.
Yeah.
My only thing I don't like about this team is that it says that other people have picked the same makeup. And I like to have a unique team, but I'm also like, I came to this strategy on my own and I'm going to stick with it. So,
okay. So of the last 3 years in the Tour de France, only one of the years did the best possible team have a sprinter on it. And it was 2024 with Biniam Girmay. And you got to remember, that was the year that he won the green jersey and he was only 600 credits. Wonderful story. There has not been a team in 2022, the best possible team had Groenewegen on there. And wow. Yeah. Wow, it's more of a Swiss Army knife.
He also won.
Like a mountain stage.
Yeah.
And he won. He was so versatile that year.
Yeah.
So, and then in 2021, you had Mark Cavendish, who was 600 credits. So there hasn't been a year, going back as far as 2021, there has not been a year where the best possible team has had a more than 600 credit cost sprinter on it.
Stat attack.
So you might be onto something.
Now, just because it's the best possible team doesn't mean it was the person that won the game.
Yeah, because most people aren't taking that risk.
Yeah, and a lot of times the people that win the game might still have a sprinter, even if it wasn't the best use of 1,000 or 1,200 credits.
Yeah.
So that's possible. But yeah, it's an interesting stat. Gives me a little confidence in the strategy there.
Yeah. Could be onto something. Maybe I'll drop. But I mean, I feel good about, let me see, how much is, Merlier is not, he's 1,000. So
is Merlier 1,000 or 800?
He's 1,000. So according to the stat attack, yeah. Oof. Grant just gave me the big wide eyes. Yeah. Hey, did you pick a Velo team?
A Velogames team, I did.
All right, I'll tell you who I got. I got Pog off the top. Dadgum, he's expensive. He's 34. It's hard. It's hard to work this system. I'm not as used to it. Then my next rider is Arnsman. He was only 8. I think those are in the climber category you pick. Or all rounder. I'm not sure what the classification is. And then after that, in the climber category, I did take Paul Sextus, 18. Took Maxime Van Gil because I'm a fanboy, and why not? He's only 6. Mads Pedersen, I did take him for 10 on Trek. And then Matthias Vasek, I think he can time trial. Well, he can. I don't just think it. Like he actually can.
What you think is not relevant in terms of his time trial ability, but he can in fact time trial.
I had to find someone cheap for like that all rounder because I already spent a bunch of. Already have a pretty costly team, so I really didn't think too much about it. I took Mathis Lebert for 4 points, and then I got Ghana at 6 points. Felt cute. Might change that later. And then we talked about Alex Badin.
Yep.
He's a stud. I got him at 6, so that rounds me out my team. We'll see. I did pretty good in the Giro on my Velogames team. We never talked about that. Of course, you don't like to talk about my successes.
I don't think we recorded since then. I would agree. It's pretty tough to pick the top tier riders, but I think the nice thing about Velogames is there is a more reasonable grading of the riders once you get into the mid to lower tier categories. So I was surprised at some of the people I was able to take and fit into 100 credits. Tadej Pogacar, of course, Kevin Vauquelin, only 8 credits. I think it's pretty good value there. Paul Sextus, Maxime Van Gil, Biniam Girmay, Anthony Turgis, Emil Verstringa, Alex Baudon, and then Tobias Johansson.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
you weren't gonna rest until you had a fantasy team with Tobias on there.
Yep.
Well, this has been good, guys. Make sure to get your picks in. And of course, we've got the Tour de France on our league.
Yep.
So big points to be won if you want to win the media league that we have, and you can follow us along on Instagram, X, and of course on all podcast apps. We put the audio up on YouTube, but with no visuals because we've got Faces for Radio.
Mm-hmm.
The handle is listen2FCP. Listen to FCP, and it's been a fun one. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.